Hello. It's coming to the end of the year. We have a few more days before we are launching ourselves into 2022. And for me, this is always a very special time of year because one, I love Christmas. And two, my birthday follows up the next day on the 26th. And then we have New Year's. So for me, it's a series of new events, new beginnings. Around this time, I always start doing business. I know a lot of folks are ending business, but I like to get a head start on my new year by closing out the year, tying loose ends, and fulfilling wishes that I may have started earlier. There are a couple of things that I like to share with you if you're interested. And these are my after thoughts about the year. One of those things is spend less time where you are not wanted. My mom always says this to me. She says, go where people want you. And it's taken a long time for me to really get an understanding of that. But I think I have a grasp on it now. You see, many times we go where we want to be wanted, or we go where we think we should be. But I have decided to only go where I am wanted to go. Does that mean I prevent myself from growing in all directions? No. But what I'm saying is that I'm not fighting to be in places and groups, circles, engagements, gigs, countries where I am not wanted. I want to be where I am desired. And that brings a greater sense of value to me. And when I operate at a higher sense of value, then I can be of greater service because I know truly what I bring to the table is of importance and useful. So that's a major lesson that I've learned. Another lesson, I've heard Dr. Maya Angelou say this many times, and I'm sure you've heard it before, which is when someone tells you who they are, believe them. Believe them. If they tell you, look, I'm not kind, or I'm jealous of you, or whatever the case may be, even if it's something that's really positive, like, I really, really admire you, believe them. Believe them. What are you doing? Why are you waiting around to see if this is not true or if you have to see something else? You know. I know. And so that will alleviate a lot of unnecessary drama, y'all. I mean, I'm growing to a point where I just even ask, well, what is it that you want from me? What is it that you need from me? Because I like to get an idea of what I'm involved in. Does that mean you have to treat them with disrespect? Nope. Does that mean that you have to put them on a pedestal? Nope. It just gives you a clear sense of what they want from you and what you are able to give, what you can afford to give. And if you can't afford to give more than you are giving, you are doing a disservice to yourself. And again, ultimately, to the rest of the community that you are a part of. Because when you are not in your best, you're not helping the situation. So that's something else I've learned. Here's the last thing. I have a good friend. She spends a lot of time in nature meditating. And she always talks about the importance of being by yourself, getting to know yourself. And that is something that I have really cherished being here in South Korea, away from so many distractions and ideas that are not only mine, but are other people's. I think it's a beautiful thing to collaborate with folks on ideas, but when those ideas begin to inundate your mind and become to be priority in your decision making, and they are not your choices, it becomes dangerous, I believe. So here's what I'm saying. Take the time to unplug from everybody else's thoughts and focus on your thoughts. not the immediate little gratifying thoughts. I'm hungry, or I'm bored, or I'm upset, or I'm uncomfortable, or I'm all that. Not that, but the things that really matter when you're in stillness and quietness, when you're writing your thoughts out. You know, in order to write your thoughts out, you have to think them through first. Then you have to like find a pen and a piece of paper, and you have to write them. That is very different than texting or even typing. But to literally write out what you're thinking and then take the time to read it. And when you read it and kind of look at what you're thinking, you may not like what you see. And then you get to look at that and say, wow, there's some things I really need to work on. I have been spending the time to hear and see myself. The things that make me happy, the things that make me proud, the things that make me sad, the things that make me feel competitive. And then asking myself, do I need to be competitive? Have you taken the time? Really, I'm not talking about taking the time to read the Bible. I'm not taking the time to listen to music. I'm not talking about taking the time to reflect on the people you love. I mean, taking the time to just be quiet, to let your thoughts be still, to create space in your mind, to see what is really there beyond your doctrine, beyond the latest Facebook meme or trend, beyond what you heard Oprah say, because I love Oprah, but one thing that Oprah always tells us is listen to yourself. When is the last time you listened to yourself? You're more than sad. You're more than worried. You have a plan. You know what you need. You know what you want. You know what you desire. But if you don't take the time to just be quiet and hear it, get past your envy, get past your jealousy, get past your lack, and really hear who you really are. So I've been doing that, and I will tell you, like, my life is better for it. My skin is better for it. My joy is better for it. So I know it's before New Year's, but this is my New Year's resolution. 1, to listen to myself more than I listen to others or outside voices. 2, to go and focus my energy on the places that people want me. And 3, to believe when someone tells you who they are, that they told you because they wanted to give you insight on how you should deal with them. So believe it. I hope that your New Year's is amazing. And your New Year's Eve, as well as your New Year. And more than your New Year, I hope that your today is amazing. You still got days. Take the moments. Bye. I love you.